this machine to make a lot of people to go back to the businesses, because this will actually benefit a lot of people that are doing the business part. And according to the agendas of the government, we actually see that we are going together to bring up these job opportunities to the small scale business men or ladies, to actually put up some of the things that will actually make them to use the power. Since the power is actually efficient, and it will not stop. Once you have this machine, you will actually use this power forever, unless there are some mere technicals, but we'll actually make those a correction, and it will actually move to another standard. Yeah, so. I think those are our presentation, but actually we have our chart that we have actually made it so that we may explain some of the things that, we have actually said about the machine, and some of the people have not known what is it all about. But I will just pass it through, and then we will see, and then some of the things that will happen. Actually, as you can see here, we have the motors. These are 4 motors that are drivers and are driven. We have attached them together using the couplers, and then we have a battery that we will actually use it to run our engine, which is the 4 motors, and then we have our control system that we will actually use to control the power that is produced from the two motors, and then we have the capacitor that will actually incorporate with the battery, so say that if the capacitor has less power, or we are taking a lot of power from the output, then the battery will actually source the power to the capacitor. And then also we have the power step up. We will actually step up this power so that we can actually use it to run the machines. And then we stabilize the power so that this power will actually run the machine without any like it is stable, yeah. And then in that state, we'll actually move and use it in our home state, running the machines, lighting, and making anything, or even I know most of the people have the incubators or some of the things that requires power, even welding. It will actually help a lot in our way. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Let's give a good hearty clap for Olesos, Anita, and Collins. Thank you so much. Next, number 2 is Meru from Meru, Multifunctional Assistive System. Please come up.
Okay, good afternoon to you. I'm Wanyama Sharon from RVTTI, a laureate. I'm pursuing a craft certificate course in nutritional dietetics from Hospitality and Institutional Management. Okay, I have my project is about the use of stingless bees honey for preservation and sweetening the jam. Now, I'm going to show you what I have here, whereby these are the gooseberries. They are the locally available foods, which are referred to as the staple foods. Then I have the apples, the normal apples that you know. Then I have the stingless bees honey. This is the honey from those bees that normally stay underground, and not those ones that stays up on the upper side. Okay, with me here, this is now the jam. Now, the essence of I coming up with this project was that I wanted to use the stingless bees honey to preserve and sweeten my jam, which I made from the apples and the gooseberries, and also to act as the preservative so as to improve the shelf life of the jam. Then from there, before I came up with this as the end product that I have, hope so you've come across the gooseberries. Now these gooseberries, first of all, I chopped the apples. After chopping them, I made them into small slices and mixed them with the gooseberries. From there, I cooked them for 5 minutes with little water. After there, I allowed them to cool. After having cooled, I blended them. After there, I added the stingless bees honey, just to sweeten it and not to use the normal honey. Then, the essence of I using the stingless bees was that in the society today, according to the health status of us, some of the people are suffering from the chronic diseases, whereby you get some people are suffering from diabetes, obese, even ulcers. But now, the essence of I coming up with this project was that I wanted to use the stingless bee honey, being that it is sugary, but it does not have the normal sugar in it. So I knew that through the stingless bee honey, I can advise people to know the ways on how they can manage their weight well, being that it is less sugary. Then the gooseberries are more nutritious when we use them. They contain all the minerals, vitamins, and the antioxidants, and the fibers in it. So I came up with the project so that I advise people not only that they should avoid using jam, but to be able to know that beside the normal jam that we have in the supermarket, we also have the jam that we can make on our own, being that we have the skills as innovators. So with the skills that we have, or the skills that I had, I transformed it and made this jam for those people so as to enable them not to avoid jam, but also to use the jam that is local, with local available foods. So that was what I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We will give 2 minutes to the judges to ask questions, if any.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for your presentation. I have one question. As you plan to commercialize this, what cadre of professionals do you intend to hire or to have in your company? How do you intend to organize your company?
Okay, according to me, in my company, I'll just need to have just to implement the local available foods and to encourage people not to avoid them and not just to chew them in a normal way, but just to transform it in a different way, the way I've done it.
Okay, so as a nutritionist, do you think you can handle the processing alone, or who else would you need to have in the processing process?
Okay, I need to have a food processor. And in fact, I came with my supervisor. The idea, I was the one who came up with the idea, and being that I was able to come up with it, I engaged my teacher, and he was willing to assist me in preparing all these. But I also have the idea on it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Processing. What kind of machinery would you require to process your product, especially the jam?
Okay, I used a blender to blend the apple and the gooseberry. From there, I cooked them using the normal sufuria. Just to heat, I cooked for 5 minutes, just to ensure that it is now soft, so that to ensure that I blend it well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Can I give a round of applause? Before she goes, I'll just give one person in the plenary to ask a question. Nobody. So we set you free. The
Thank
next
you.
person to present. You are ready? Okay. Please come. Please remember, as you are preparing to present, we are very keen on how you want to commercialize. Sasa, we are very keen on how you want to turn this idea into a commercial venture that is self-sustaining. Continue.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. My name is Mark Morangiri from Mel National Polytechnic, and I'm the founder of Multifunctional Assistive System. Before I delve into specific, allow me to paint a picture of a broader landscape. Can you imagine dropping out of school while others are studying so that to take care of your loved one? That's the situation that I was going through. My mom was suffering from breast cancer, which later affected her whole body, and she became bedridden, which made us to buy her a wheelchair, so because she needed 90% care from us. Even after purchasing the wheelchair, we were forced to be there to be pushing her around. During that moment, I discovered problems that bedridden individuals go through. There's the problems that I was able to identify when I was taking care of my mom. The first problem was immobility impact. These people who are bedridden have accessibility barriers. They are not able to move from one place to another because of their mobility challenges. And also, they have dependency on their caregiver. Like on the case of my mom, actually we used to give her like 90% of care, which I and my sister. She could not do anything without our care, and also she had no freedom of doing anything without us. There was another thing concerning the inefficient reallocation. When the time she wanted to sit down and to lie, she needed to be reallocated from bed to wheelchair, which was very time consuming and also it required labor. Because for my mom was huge and I couldn't carry her on my own. So I had to ask for somebody to help me carry her because we were living, three of us, me, my mom, and my sister. And also, there was another problem which I encountered concerning the safety concerns. The first safety concern was about, can you imagine there's a fire outbreak and a person is bedridden? The risk of that person getting burnt in the house is very high. So, and also for even during the reallocation of these individuals from bed to wheelchair, also they have their risk of falls, which can be very difficult to these people. So I thought of an effective way to tackle these problems to implement. So I wanted to implement the following solutions. The first solution I thought of to have a seamless mobility and a smooth transition, where even these people want to go for sunbathing or anything, they can do on their own. And also for smooth transition from bed to wheelchair, they don't need somebody to be there so that they can be converting the system from bed to wheelchair. So they can be doing all these by their own. The other thing, I prioritized safety. Like cases of fire outbreaks, I prioritize that these individuals are our loved ones and we care about them. So in case of this risk of fire outbreak, we have to curb the problem. And also the risk of falling during the reallocation. Also, I was trying to look on it, where the system that I'll be providing will be able to do away with or to eliminate this problem. The third is about encouraging, empowering independence. Like, let these people have freedom and have capability and confidence to do things by their own without relying on caregivers. So that they can feel the sense of living without you helping them. You know, all these they need some privacy. You can imagine when as somebody who is like 50 years or 60 years is being changed the diapers with somebody who is 19 years. That is a help, but that person is not feeling that much comfortable because he or she doesn't have another option. He or she just accept the situation. The system, I'm also integrating real-time health monitoring. As you know, those people who are, or those individuals who are bedridden have different complications, and we need to monitor their health status throughout their time. So I've come up with systems which will be monitoring their health throughout the time and giving aid in real time. My target market first is in hospitals. As you know, day in, day out, people get involved in accidents, or others are born disabled, so they need consultants from hospitals. The second is from elderly people. As you know, days are turning to be months, and months are turning to be years, and people are aging day in, day out. So we need these people, those are loved ones who are aging, to be able to feel the sense of living by providing them with this system. We also providing this system to home cares. These individuals who, you know, the hospitals cannot be able to accommodate everyone because of the capacity. So there are some who will be transferred to home cares, and this system, I can deliver them to the home cares so that we can make sure the bedridden people have the sense of living. And also, there's another in rehabilitation centers, which is also known as a recovery support hub, where people with different complications are being taken for recovery. I did some research from online, and I came to realize from disabled world, the total population from people who have walking challenges is approximately 30.6 million, and people who are using wheelchair is 3.6 million. So that means that this system has high demand from our consumers. Justification of a system, you know that modern challenges demand innovative solution. This system represents a crucial step forward in addressing the limitations faced by individuals with mobility constraints, where it is justified by urgent need to enhance the quality of life of these individuals. So it means we are going to offer a seamless and a dignified way to transition between rest and mobility. On the competitive edge, as you know, there have been evolving of new technologies. And the research I did, I came to realize that there is an automatic wheelchairs, and also there are automatic bends. For the automatic wheelchair, a person needs to purchase it. And there's a time we are doing fundraising for one of our fellows in our community, and that automatic wheelchair costed approximately 350,000. So when you compare the automatic wheelchair and also the automatic bed, which might be costing over 500,000, which are mostly in ICUs. So in my system, which is multifunctional, means it's being combined as an automatic wheelchair and also an automatic bed. With an addition, my system has an inbuilt toilet, which will be preventing those individuals from being worn the diapers. My business model, my revenue streams will be coming from product sales and subscription services. So I'll be generating my revenues from selling my items and also for subscription services. For those who will be buying my system, I'll make sure that I'll be giving them discounts whenever they buy the systems. And also for the services, when I come to repair and maintenance, I'll be making sure that those my customers will be getting some discounts. The distribution channels will be direct sales and also partnerships. My marketing and promotion will be through online presence, where we will develop a user-friendly website where our customers will be getting in touch with us, and also in social medias where we'll be engaging in social media campaigns.
1 minute. 1 minute. You have 1 more minute.
Okay. A call to action. Embalance collaboration unites strengths together achieve unmatched impact. Join our visionary journey to reshape possibility and create meaningful change, inviting partners and innovators to this journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have any questions, judges?
Good afternoon, Mark.
Good afternoon.
Mine would be one. What is your pricing strategy for your product?
First of all, my product will be worth 354,400. But the whole product without having the profit and paying the laborers will be costing 254,000, which will be very economical, different from the automatic wheelchairs and also the bed, which are much expensive.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. I think I've missed something from your presentation on the product. What is your product?
My product is called Multifunctional Assistive System, and it's on healthcare department, where it will be helping people who have mobility constraints, to overcome mobility challenges.
How does it look like?
Pardon,
is it
please?
part of your presentation? How does it look like?
So the one which is alone.
So I think you needed to have given a brief description of your product,
Yes.
and how it operates, in comparison with others that are existing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Because you have indicated there is a problem
yes, yes.
of mobility.
Yes.
How is it going to solve that?
Yeah.
That the other products that are of the same category
Yes.
does not address?
For my product, we'll be able to cater for both resting and also mobility. As you can see, for the automatic wheelchair, it gives only mobility, but you cannot be lying or sleeping on that wheelchair. And for the automatic bends, you have to, it has only resting. You don't need, you will not be having mobility. But for the system, you'll be having the mobility and resting together in one. And also, it will be be eliminating the use of diapers, where I'll be having a built-in toilet at the center of that place which is presenting a chair. There's a hole which I'm using like a pitfall toilet, where I'll be placing polythene bags down there in a bin. Then it will be a disposable polythene bags.
Okay, thank you. Do you have a fabricated one with you?
For now, I have a model. For the fabricated, the school have we have started doing now. I've already done the framework, and now I've purchased the pneumatics, which will be used to lift the bed to be transformed to wheelchair and vice versa.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. One question to the Nini before, just one? No question from the gallery. Thank you very much, Mark. A big round of applause. Now I have an announcement. If you want to use technology, ICT, please let us know before you come. We will need to take it back there so that we are able to use it. So, I'll call the next presenter. We'll need to move faster. And that is Nyeri, National Polytechnic, Mechanical Main Sheller by Silas Gitonga. Is he here? Karibu Silas.
Good afternoon. There was an inconvenience. Brian Karaoke. So Cyrus is my colleague. So I have been able to manufacture or to make a animal chopping machine, which basically uses a motor. And after that, so the problem that is solving, that the machine that is solving, is that with the local ones, the local machines, they just have a disk. No, that is something we call. They just use a. They just use a motor and then a rotor, but ours is using a disk. So the disk, which is closed, but for those ones here, they are outside, they are just open. So that is part of safety. And then the second one is that our machine is a portable one, which is small. It's not that big as the local ones. It's just a small machine which you can carry it. Yeah. And also it is easy to maintain because it is ideally for chopping, and also it has less moving parts inside our compartment. So also with the local ones, it just chops the bigger machine, like it chops very big animal particles, but that one is chopping very fine ones, which are very fine and very smooth, which they can be taken by the calves, and also they can be taken by the easy ng'ombe za maziwa. So also it is also part of technology. So the capacity that can be produced by that machine, it is about 600 kilograms per hour. That is the whole. So like if you put your product, it's going to produce 600 kgs because it is very fast. And we are selling it is at 55,000. But it is also, you can also place an order. We may just manufacture for you. I think I'm done.
Oh, thank you very much. Any questions from the judges?
Hello, Brian.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, you have talked about the machine. Eh? I think it will be better if we have a look of the machine.
The ICT department, I have a picture here. Don't know.
Brian, as you think about that, let us know what is so unique in your product that sets it apart from whatever we have in the market at the moment.
Yes. Okay. One thing, what is so unique in my innovation is that my innovation, it uses a disc, but the other one, they uses a rotor and a belt, which is so tiresome, and sometimes also it wastes a lot of food when we are chopping the animal feed. So which is unique there, it is just a disc. Then, apart from a disc, also what is more unique in my innovation is that it uses a direct coupling apart from the belt one. Yeah.
Brian,
Yes.
I have a question. If a client bought the machine, please make it clear on which products they would use the machine on, so that they don't think they're going to use it for carrots in the kitchen. Just make it very clear.
Okay. So if you buy the machine, you are going to be chopping foods like musans, things like sunflowers, things like napier grasses, and all that. Those are the things that you are going to be chopping with the machine.
Plenary, I'll give one chance to plenary.
Yes, Brian, you've given us the capacity of the chopping machine that uses the disc, but you've not given us the capacity of the other machines so that we can do comparison. Secondary, that safety, you've talked about the safety because of the disc. That one is not coming out well, how the disc is better safe than the lotter thing. Please explain.
Okay, what I was trying to say is that my machine is enclosed. So like the others, you find that most of the workers, they are chopped here on their fingers because of pushing whatever, like napier grasses. So like after pushing, you find like you are being chopped. But ours, because it is a closed one, you are not going to be chopped anywhere because it is enclosed very well. Then the local ones, they do produce around 400 kgs. But ours, because we have tested it and formulated it, it is producing 600 kgs. Yeah.
A round of applause for Brian. Thank you very much. Now the next team is from Kisumu National Polytechnic, bioethanol power production. Please come, Mora, Magdalene, and Lucy Mudoni. Are you in the house?
Polytechnic. I'm Mora Magdalene.
I'm Lucy Mudoni from Applied Science Department.
Our innovation is about the production of bioethanol fuel from water hyacinths. As we all know that water hyacinths are found in Lake Victoria, and Lake Victoria is the largest. So this water hyacinths, in its growth, it grows very fast. It also doubles itself within 12 days. And also, when we say in a hectare, its percentage is high. This water hyacinth, the government has tried to eradicate it, to remove it, but it has not been able to succeed. It has tried to use the drenching system. It has also tried to use the weavers, but the weavers have also turned to the farms, the crop farming system.
This water hyacinth, it has its own disadvantages and advantages, but we are taking it as an advantage to us. The disadvantage and the advantage of it is that the advantage of it, we are using it to produce this bioethanol fuel as our main product. But when you check on it, after we have done all the processing, we are also producing the briquette and the biofertilizers. But the main product here is the bioethanol fuel. So this water hyacinth, as my friend has said, the government has tried to eradicate it from the lake, and they use different methods like sending up weavers to get rid of it, but in terms it got onto the plant under the farms. And also, this water hyacinth, as to us, we are taking it as an advantage because it grows and it doubles within 12 days. So we won't say that at the Lake Victoria, when it comes to an end of it, it shall be the end of production of bioethanol. Yeah.
So this product of ours, that is bioethanol fuel, it's very, in terms of using it, it is very affordable. A liter of it, we sell it at 82 shillings compared to other fuels in the market right now. And also our product is very clean and very easily to use. To our environment, when we are using this water hyacinth, we are going to make fishing production in the Lake Victoria and also areas where these water hyacinths have grown and aquatic organisms in the waters will be coming in again. So production of food will be increasing. Navigation problem that that has been there through this water hyacinth, it will be solved. And also, our products to the people. We have been having people, in the lake, especially in the lake region, they are using firewood, they are using charcoal, which is bringing problems. Actually, 70% of the people living there have problems with the smoke that is produced from the firewood, from the charcoal. But using this product of ours, they are being able to reduce these health issues, especially breathing problems and chest problems. So that's why we have already produced, we already have the products. So we are looking for investors who can support us so that we can produce this product of ours in a mass production. So we are marketing our products. Whoever who wants it, or investors who are interested so much, we are actually waiting for you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll give the first opportunity to the judges to ask questions.
Yes, Mora and Lucy, eh? Yes. You have talked about this water hyacinth. After harvesting, where will you keep that hyacinth?
Well, as you know, the government has tried to remove it by cutting it, but it has not got a place where it deposits those wastes that are removed. But for us, we have found a place where we deposit them by using this, by making our products. And also, we are using the old plant because we have the pie products. We are making our main product, which is bioethanol, and also we are getting briquettes. We are also getting biofertilizers, and also the roots we are using to make them, combining them with other roots to make furnitures and also beauty ornaments.
Maybe my next question would be, how will you handle quality control for your final product and ensure customer satisfaction?
Okay, if we make the partnership and we produce it in large quantity, we shall be able to cover lunch service or a lunch part or many people as possible who are in need of this, because the price of it is fairly low. So if you compare the market fuel that is there is for now, is very high. Compared to ours is 82 bob, by the paraffin and the kerosene is 116 bob. Yeah.
Any more questions from judges?
Yeah, thank you, presenters. So I think, so the source of your product is water hyacinth in Lake Victoria, which is a menace, right? So if it is in existence, your organization will collapse, right?
No.
You have an alternative?
Yes, of course we have an alternative.
Okay,
The government
you
wants...
can tell us the alternative. The other thing
we
is,
want to remove this water hyacinth from the lake, to remove it. But also, we have places where we are not using the places. There are places where we are not living, but the places have water. And also aquatic organisms cannot stay there. So those dump sites, those places like sewages, we are going to place there. And this, since we are having this industry, we are also going to have our own farms that we can do this water hyacinths as our farms.
okay, thank you. What about the production cost?
Production cost. The initial cost of producing this one is very cheap compared to the selling price. And since the initial cost obviously is very high, but when we start producing it in mass production, obviously you will see the profit as it goes by.
I think you would have given some figures, eh?
Yeah. So for now, we had a budget, and our budget we produced 50 liters, and that is initially. So most of the materials we bought, we are going to use them, even if we are going to do mass production. That meaning that most of the materials we are buying, already we have them, so the least amount of products we're going to buy, they're going to be very cheap.
Okay, thank you very much. Plenary, please, last one question.
Thank you. That is a good initiative for conserving the environment. Just one question related to what the judges were asking. How did you arrive at 82 shillings? Not 100, not 80. Thank you.
Well, it is because this water acid is a waste. Already the first thing, it is a waste.
Yeah, maybe the question is not very clear.
Yes.
It's a menace we need to remove from
Yes.
the lake, which is a good initiative.
Yes.
So you incurred some cost during the production. The question here is, how did you compute the selling price? Because of course you have to engage some people to remove the hyacinth, you have to process, maybe there are some additives and so on to do with the waste, collection of waste and disposal and all that. So the question is, how did you compute? Are you in the first place making profit when you sell at 82? If the answer is yes, then for that 1 liter, I don't know, this is 1 liter.
Yeah, it's a liter.
So in other words, what I'm asking is the unit cost. Like for example, for you to produce 1 liter, what is the actual cost? Before you talk about the selling price. Okay, thank you.
I think the question is, like, if you want to produce like 1 liter of this fuel, like how the amount of water acid you are going to use, all. Or the cost.
So maybe later on, maybe you will discuss later on as a team, and then you agree on that. Maybe you don't have the figures right now, but it is very important because if you are to commercialize, you should not be running on losses. You should be able to determine the unit cost, and then you calculate the profit margin, which is reasonable, so that you can sustain the whole process. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mora and Mudoni. A big round of applause for them. So the next presenter will be from Sigalagala National Polytechnic, convertible jacket bag by Humphrey and Beryl. Karibuni sana.
All protocol observed. Good evening. I'm Humphrey Wilunda, a trainee from Sigalagala National Polytechnic. I take a course by the name Fashion and Design under Institutional Management. I'm in a module 2, and I have my colleague here. You can introduce yourself.
I'm Beryl Lingaita, pursuing Diploma in Fashion Design and Clothing Technology at Sigalagala National Polytechnic Module 2.
Mm-hmm. So we have a project by the name Convertible Jacket Bag. I thought maybe sample. So our project was convertible jacket bag. We came up with this idea because, you know, sometimes you find yourself, maybe you came from your places Then, you know, in the morning or maybe when it has rained, the weather is cold, so you carry your jacket, but you find out that as time goes by, the weather changes and it becomes hot. So you have to remove or pull out your jacket. So you sometimes find that jacket becomes like uncomfortable, like maybe you can carry it in your hands or on your shoulder, so you have to be like you are taking it off, like, yes. So we had to come up with this project. With our jacket, you can convert it from jacket to a bag, but it's not that large bag that you can carry, you know, heavy luggages. It's just used to carry, like, you know, light luggages like your phone, handkerchiefs, maybe tissues, and wipes, so all that. So with this project, we were the problem and solution. With the constant change in the climatic condition, the need to carry several items to fit situation becomes a challenge, you know. So too much luggage causes inconveniences, making individual legs less flexible. So with this, to avoid all that, you just have, when you pull out your jacket, then you can convert it to a bag. Then it's a backpack, very small backpack. Yes. The convertible jacket bag seeks to serve a protective wear and also a light luggage carrier bag. As I told you earlier, it's light. You carry light luggage like maybe your phone, tissues, handkerchiefs, all that. So the convertible jacket bag seeks to serve as protective wear. How does it protect you? Maybe warmth. You know, the purpose of wearing a jacket, other than it being an outfit, it also protects your body by producing, you know, warmth. So that's how you say it's protective wear, and also a light luggage carrier bag. Yes. The idea of coming up with this invention is to provide a versatile item that is not only multifunctional, but also decorative. You know, bag are decorative. When you've worn it, it serves aesthetic purpose. So benefits of
We
this
have the
project.
benefits of the project. It's a multifunctional item that serves more than one function. Because we've said it is a bag, it's also a jacket. You can put it on as a jacket. Let's maybe say it's cold, you put it on as a jacket. Then when it becomes hot, you put it off, then turn it into a bag. Then you put there your materials, the lightweight materials only. It also offers flexibility to travel enthusiasts who wish to travel light. We have people who do not like carrying much luggage when traveling. They want to be comfortable, walk around comfortably. So it offers flexibility. We also use lightweight materials to make a convertible jacket that is easy to clean and reuse. So we use lightweight materials for it to be easy to be cleaned and dry up fast so that you can reuse it. So our company overview, Humphrey Bill Company is a fashion company that deals with production of versatile fashion items that serves multiple functions. That is the purpose of the convertible jacket bag. It's being a bag, the same time it's a jacket. Our company also focuses on combining a number of fashion items into one multifunctional item. The focus of this innovation combines a bag and a jacket.
So you can look at the photo overview, maybe. Let me just pass through them. You can see the photograph number 1. It's a jacket. It's on a dummy. But we assume this one is now cold. So after some times, maybe when you feel uncomfortable, like the weather is hot, you can convert it into a bag, like you can see. So it's just a light bag, very small. You cannot use it to carry heavy luggages. Yes, like maybe you cannot go with this bag at the mall and make your shopping. It's very small. The convertible jacket bag is a revolutionary item that seeks to serve both as jacket and as bag. This item is suitable for individuals who likes to travel light and wish to be flexible at all time, sorry. So we have market opportunity. Maybe you can take to there.
A convertible jacket bag could tap into a growing market of versatile and multifunctional products. Consumers are often drawn to items that offer multiple uses, saving space and providing value. The demand for innovative travel gear that serve more than one function come in handy with the convertible jacket bag. Target market for this innovation are the travel enthusiasts who wish to travel light and enjoy the flexibility provided by the jacket bag.
Have 2 minutes? You have 1 minute?
So the cost sheet is as follows. The production cost. Our material here, like our final product, we are going to sell it at 2,560 shillings each, plus the labor, that's 300 shillings. Yes. Costing content. So, you know, to come up with this, we needed funds. So to be able to come through that, the institution was able to help us or support us financially. So we are planning to apply for the government grants and also seek support from other functional institutions. Overall costing of the item is made affordable due to availability of labor from community within our institution. The item will be subjected to quality check by KEBS before hitting the market. That's the cost sheet.
Production cost is 2,560, selling price is 2,860, and the profit per item is 200 shillings. Thank you.
You're done?
Yes.
Thank you. Judges, please. Any questions or comments?
Thank you, Wilunda and Beryl. My question is, how do you plan to market your product? And who are your target customers?
Okay, our target customers, like in this case, this bag, it can be used by all the gender, you know. Like ladies can wear it, men can wear it. We didn't specify like this is for gents and this is for men. So we find most of the time, we target those people that, the youth, you know, the ones that they don't like carrying heavy luggages. So you can just use this bag after you find out that the weather is human friendly, then you can pull it off and convert it to a bag. Yes, so this one again.
We plan to market our convertible jacket bag by asking some help from our institutions, the companies such as KEBS, so that they can try to help us know if the quality of the bag and the jacket combined is good to go out for marketing.
Finally, maybe a last one. What are your short-term and long-term sales plan that you have and the growth projection for your product if you decide to go commercial?
Sorry, maybe I beg your pardon.
What are your short-term and long-term sales plan that you have for the convertible jacket and the growth projection if you decide to commercialize your idea?
Maybe with that. If you can help.
Asante sana.
Before you go, plenary still has a question for you. Anybody from the plenary?
Okay, thank you for that good presentation. I have two questions. One, you have a bag that I can see you have a bag somewhere. One of you. Is it convertible?
Yes, it's the one that we are talking about, but maybe I just waited for one of you maybe to make it practical.
Now, so the second question is that Avandu saying it is an invention. If I go to any shop in Nairobi, I don't get a convertible bag at 2,000. They are there. You can check from this shopping online. Even in Mitumba, they are very common. So how is your bag different from the ones that are in the market? So I want to bring to your attention that convertible bags, jacket bags are there. So how is yours different from the ones that are in the market? And the prices, I can tell you, the ranges from 1,500 to 2,700. You can check after you sit down. You will see them. Thank you.
So before I came up with this project, maybe I did my research. You know, before you come up with a project, you have to find out first. So as for me, I didn't come across one. So
It's okay. Let him just speak. Thank you very much. For me, I thought what Beryl is wearing is the convertible bag. Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause, please. The next presenter is Thika TTI. Thika TTI will be presenting value-added yogurt and cookies. The presenter is Maurice Kinemia. Is that so? Are you ready? Please, take the floor.
Oyster nuts. So oyster nut, in the scientific name, is Telferia pedata. It's an African climbing plant native to the Mount Kenya region, specifically Meru, Kirinyaga, and some parts of Nyeri. So the plant is easily propagated, and it requires very minimum farm management practices. And while it is readily available, it is quite underutilized. I guess many people have not seen the oyster nut. Here I have some few pieces of the oyster nut. Sidhani wengine wenyu mmeiona. It is quite underutilized. So it has a giant fruit that can weigh up to 15 kgs. And the giant fruit is now what produces the seeds. Its origin was from Zimbabwe, and it was discovered due to its nutrient density that favored pregnant and lactating women, as well as children of below 5 years. So oyster nuts can be consumed raw, can be roasted, they can be made into sauce, and also you can extract oil from oyster nuts. They can also be incorporated in foods such as porridge, cookies, yogurts, vegetable salads. Oyster nut, you can also dry it and grind it into flour, and it is also used for therapeutic foods for malnourished children or for people suffering from chronic diseases such as diabetes and obesity. So you can also use it to aid people who have difficulty in food consumption, that is the intake, digestion, absorption, and excretion of. So its nutrient components, the oyster nut is rich in proteins. It provides essential amino acids such as glutamic acid and aspartic acid. It is also rich in magnesium, calcium, zinc, and iron. It is also rich in vitamin D, which is essential for strong bones and teeth. It is rich in vitamin C that boosts body immunity against diseases and enhances the bioavailability of iron. It also has vitamin E, which is a common antioxidant. It is also rich in vitamin B2 and vitamin B3. Oyster nuts they also contain polyunsaturated oils, also known as the good cholesterol, that is omega-3 fatty acids and omega-6 fatty acids necessary for normal brain development. So the objectives of my project, number one was value addition. I incorporated oyster nuts in yogurts and cookies at 2% and 12.5% respectively. I also believe this is a modified product, a sort of new product I'm introducing. It was aimed at developing a product that does not quite exist in the market. I haven't seen a yogurt that has incorporated nuts. I've seen yogurt that has incorporated fruits and flavors. There is also plain yogurt, but mine I think is quite new. I have incorporated oyster nuts. So as you can see, this is my yogurt and my cookies. So more innovations I intend to come up with using the oyster nuts, oyster nut flour, oyster nut oil, and oyster nut sauce. So the sensory analysis of my products showed a pleasant, delicious, and crunchy taste for cookies and a smooth consistency for the yogurt. Incorporation of the nuts showed no significant or adverse effects in processing time, flavor, color, and texture. And the fortified products were quite acceptable to the consumers. With the population I had to sample my group, they quite recommended my product. So microbial testing of the yogurt and cookies was also done, and no growth of microbes was seen in the general purpose and enriched media. So for the yogurt, I just made the normal yogurt, added sugar, milk, and skim milk powder. Then I sterilized my oyster nuts with hot water at 120 degrees to try and reduce the microbial load. Then I incorporated in my yogurt at 2%. For the cookies, I roasted my nuts in an oven. Then when I made the dough, I now incorporated the crushed nuts in cookies. So recommendations, I recommend the government to embrace the cultivation and propagation of oyster nuts, to also provide incentives for sustainability of the production. So further encouragement to food scientists like myself to embrace it in utilization in food fortification for its many nutritional benefits. So the Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the government, should consider its use as a therapeutic food. Therapeutic in terms of for patients maybe in hospitals. It is quite nutritious inasaidia na ku-intake na ku-digest whatever maybe they are being given at the institution. For NGOs, maybe those who deal with marginalized areas where kids are malnourished, the oyster nut iko na nutrients mingi sana zitaweza we try and reduce importation of foods that can be used to feed the less privileged in those areas. So I really encourage the use of oyster nuts. Yes, so my commercialization, I did the production. I purchased the dough, the eggs, and everything that I would need. In conjunction with the food lab in my institution, so I was able to come up with this. I would sell this jar at 200 bob, the jar of cookies, and I would sell the jar of yogurt at 250 bob. So yeah, I think that would be all that I had to present.
Thank you very much. We'll give opportunity to the judges to ask questions.
Thank you, Kimemia.
Welcome.
From your microbial testing,
yes,
are you able to confirm whether the oyster nuts are prone to any anti-nutrients or aflatoxins? Because aflatoxins are a threat to many nuts.
Okay, I did not quite go into the murky details of the microbial testing. I only tried to plate my oyster nut in the media, and also my yogurt that has incorporated the nut and also the cookies. Quite sikuweza kufikia to that extent of trying to find out whether it can be affected by aflatoxins and such, but I will, the next time, it's a good starting point for my next time.
Okay, please take on that.
Thank you.
Secondly, I can see you have very beautiful packaging for yogurt.
Yes.
But the common customers for yogurt include children.
Yes.
And it's packaged in glass.
Yes.
How do you plan to go about that?
Maybe I will, yes, checking my target audience. I can consider packing in, I chose the glass packaging. It's quite attractive in Pendeza sana. But considering the target audience, I will try incorporate the plastic packaging for yogurt and cookies. But this packaging has more advantages than because it is reusable, and it is easy to clean. So I sort of considered it as a better packaging than the plastic one, but I will go through my target market and see how I can incorporate some other type of packaging. Thank you.
Any more questions from the judges? We'll give the plenary. Any questions? No question? So we give him a round of applause. Please make sure you sell to us some when you come in the next competition.
Ningeweza kupatia judges wa sample cookies, but wacha tumalizie kwanza.
Naweza kuwa na aflatoxin. So, thank you very much. I would like the next presenter is Ole Sauce again. Improved Multipurpose Jiko by Kelvin and Joyce.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
I'm Kelvin Kiprono, Automotive Engineering.
Good afternoon. I'm Joyce Nyomu from Molesos Technical, pursuing a diploma in automotive engineering. I'm heading to my module 2, and we are here to present to you the improved multi-purpose GCO. And for us, this is a championship for the Cat 1 tree plant 4. We are here for climate, to stop climate change and to save our planet. Thank you.
In this GCO design, it is inevitable because the current state affairs of the in sourcing energy is vital, and it is conservation is a must in order to elevate the unforgiving consequence of unchecked use. The best available technology that addresses the scenario now must be adopted the soonest, more than later. It is estimated that 1.6 million people died as a result of air pollution, reported in 2000. The air pollution from indoors while cooking is caused by traditional open fires. When the people breathe in the flue gas, it causes respiratory problems. 3/4 of the population in Africa, 3/4 of the population, especially in Africa, depends on the 3-stone techniques of cooking fire. For example, if you see from this, you can see that a person using a 3-stone old age is cooking while the air pollution is distributing along everywhere in the house. That can create a lot of problem. At the same time, you can use a lot of fuel while cooking. Another thing, you can see that a person use a lot of firewood while cooking, and this person is selling, maybe she's selling or he's selling some fish. This can make a lot of loss. So we have come with a new design, a multifunctional GCO, whereby you can cook, you can boil water, you can bake at the same time using less fuel. Because we cannot run out of the use of firewood or charcoal, we have tried to reduce with this with this new GCO. Our main objective is to improve commercial combustion, achieve cooking, boiling, and baking with less fuel, cooking time saving, elevate smoke and articulate smoke, save cooking experience, and sustain forest by using less fuel. We also champions for Cat 1 tree, plant 4 trees. Caution against climate change.
So that was my part. Now we were together and we came up with this. So many of you might say, maybe this is not that much of a climatic caution, but unfortunately, if you were to tell you that it would help eradicate deforestation, that would be a lie. But we are here to give a solution where we are going to cut down on half of the usage of the wood that is being cut. So by helping Kenyans to stop using half of what they are using, we're going to save half of the population of trees. And with our action, we also are going to add education for our fellow Kenyans. So here, our commercialization is just going we are going to depend on our locals, the people we have. So we have plans to sign MOUs with the Juakali companies and industries where they can be able to manufacture this GCO for us in a place where the price is right for both of us and also right for the normal mwananchi. Currently, we have several orders that have been put in by people who are interested at the showcase, at the tents, and we are going to be able to fulfill those orders. And then we also want to produce more by ourselves, because this was an action by students, by the local people, a comrade who knew what home was like when there was smoke, and we were here to help our parents, our grandparents, and people in our community who can't afford much expensive types of fuel or types of cookers. We also hope to work with NGOs. NGOs will help especially with education. If you find something like United Nations Environmental Program, this is something for them. They're going to take it and embrace it so that they can be able to help in curbing deforestation, but also to educate Kenyans on better ways of utilizing this fuel. We are not only saying that this JICO is going to only use firewood and also charcoal, but it's going to use any other form of biomass. You can find even your vegetable, some of these things that come out maybe from the maize. When they are well dried, that is also a form of fuel. And that is what you are championing. Proper use of fuel and promoting biofuel. For this, it's also going to bring a lot of advantage to our economy. Any investor here or somebody who likes investing would know that whatever you want might probably not be what we want. Yours is for the profit. And this is going to come with a lot of profit since it's going to bring direct employment and also indirect employment. For the direct employment, we are going to employ people who are going to be working in our company in producing these things. And indirect job creation, we've seen the person who was here previously. He was baking cookies, and so he was baking cookies, and maybe he doesn't have enough money to start somewhere, but he needs it. So with our JICO, we are also able to bake. We baked our cookies also. We are not here to compete with him. We are here to find a solution for him and his business. Something more that he can be able to transform and could grow. If he buys the small, medium one, he's going to sell it, he's going to make cookies and get to buy more, where the money he's going to give us, we are also paying our employees. So our total budget was 23,200. That was actually excluding tax and labor, but labor was 6,960. Anybody who knows of an investor, of an NGO who would like to buy this, we are telling you that help us to help the normal mwananchi, because it's not that much of a right price for something that we expect our grandparents to use. But one thing for sure, if there's mass production, there's going to be, the price will lower. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Judges? Any questions? Looks like you have no questions from the judges. Looks like you have convinced them well. From the plenary group, any questions? Yes, behind there.
Thank you. That was a nice presentation. I'm thinking loud about cutting one, saving how many trees?
Planting 4 more.
Cutting one?
Cut 1, plant 4 more.
I'm trying to look at it on mathematical angle based on your innovation.
Yes.
Is it sustainable? That's one. 2, when you look at it, we are going green.
Yes.
We are supposed to be looking at green energy.
Yes.
Does it complement green energy?
Yes, I don't know how. So yeah, I get what you're saying. We are getting into green energy, and this one might seem like some sort of derail for the progress you've made as a country. But let me not lie to you, or let's not lie to each other here. We know that deforestation can never stop in a night. The government has banned charcoal burning, but is it still there? It is. Do people still use firewood in Ushago? They actually do. And it's so much worse even when they have been burnt, because they're making sure they're going to burn more and more and more and more, so that even when the police come raiding, they would have already had some profits there. But here, we're trying to cut down on half, because our GICO may be something we didn't mention. Our GICO utilizes half or less than half of the normal amount of fuel that is used traditionally. If you use 10 pieces of firewood with your normal 3-stone GICO, you're going to use 4 pieces of wood with this one. And the thing is, this one comes with multiple uses. You cook at the same time different foods. It's like a gas cooker, but with firewood. I hope I've answered your question. Kinda.
Kinda.
Okay,
Thank you for kinda.
Thank you very much. A big applause for them. We have the next presenters. And that is Ramogi Institute of Advanced Technology. We have a Ariat Smart Farm. Please, Alicia Ooko and Velma, come and present this.
Yes, good afternoon, everyone. Oh, it's evening, huh? Good evening. I'm Mooko Elisha, a student from Ramogi Institute of Advanced Technology, taking a diploma course in electrical engineering. So let me give my colleague a chance to at least introduce herself.
Evening, everyone. I'm Velma Soro from Ramogi Institute of Advanced Technology, taking a course in Diploma in Electrical Engineering, and we are here with a project called Ariat Smart Farm. It is smart in the sense that we can use a web and a phone to remote monitor our farm wherever you are. It doesn't mean you have to be physically in your farm. And also, we can monitor some parameters such as the moisture level of the soil, the humidity, the temperature, and the pH of the soil, in order to know which type of crop and fertilizer to use in our farm.
Yeah, that's right. So I'll take you through the functionality, that is the workability of the project. So our project is basically automated. Everything is automated. And we have a web whereby we are able to monitor certain parameters of our farm. And we are also able to get real-time information, right, from our farm and all that. Again, our project or our system is powered by solar. So in that sense, we are trying to promote green energy. We are trying to do away with the grid system. So we are trying to embrace green energy. That is why our project is powered by solar, right? And the reason as to why we say it is automated, we've incorporated sensors in our system whereby we have a moisture detector sensor. This moisture sensor is able to detect the moisture content of the soil. So when the soil gets dry to certain level, our pump will be automatically turned on and we'll be able to irrigate our farm, right? And when the soils have achieved the moisture content to a certain level, our pump will again be able to turn off and we'll be able to stop the irrigation process and all that, right? Yeah. So the reason as to why we came up with this project is that we were trying to curb the food insecurity that we are currently facing in our country, because we know of recent, we are greatly facing food challenge in our country, and this came as a result of the long drought that we faced, right? So we came with this irrigation system to replace the ordinary one that has been there. And we all know that our farmers have been depending on the rain-fed farming. Yeah. So with this smart system, we are able to irrigate our farm automatically. And with this, we will continuously produce food for our nation continuously. Yeah. So in that case, we shall have been able to curb the food problem that we are facing as a country. Yeah. And then another thing, this project or this system, it can be used in greenhouse. Yeah. You can use it in greenhouse. You can use it in our farms. It's a flexible system. Yeah. It's simple in nature. It can be installed anywhere, right? Yeah. And being that we power it with the green, that is solar energy, gives it the nature of it being simple and all that. Okay, so I talked of the sensors. So apart from the moisture content sensor, we also have an intruder detector. So this intruder detector, we used it in our system to help us curb theft cases that we normally have in our farms. So this intruder detector, it will be able to detect any presence of an intruder in your farm, right? Yeah, so we have a siren, we have an alarm, whereby in case of an intruder, you'll get alerted that there's somebody somewhere in your farm. Yeah.
And also, it is different from this most farming because we have a web where if you don't need to be, like I said earlier, you don't physically to be there to know like the pH of your soil, the moisture content or whatever. So when you are away and your soil like is dry, the automation will just take place automatically. And also, we are embracing this because like to shorten this, sorry about that. We are embracing this to prevent the food shortage we are facing in our country, like the food facets, the food insecurity facets, like accessibility, the stability, and also there's availability. So in this instability, we will be able to produce our foods throughout the year in surplus production, and that's where availability comes in, and everyone can access it. Even the small-scale farmers, the big-scale farmers, everyone is able to access it.
Yeah, so let me say something small on our market target. Actually, we are targeting all farmers, yeah, because we came up with this project so that we can embrace it, and it's open for all farmers to at least actualize it so that we can help to curb the food problem that we currently have in our country. Otherwise, thank you. Any question?
Judges, please.
Riyadh Smart Farm.
Yes.
What is your contingency plan in case the initial plan that you have in place does not allow you to penetrate the market?
Yeah, that's a good question. Our system is very flexible. It's flexible in the sense that we can make any adjustment that is required, right? Yeah. So in case of anything that might maybe crop in and all that, we are very flexible. Our system is also very flexible. So we can make any necessary adjustment, yeah, maybe to fit the linear rising and all that. Yeah.
What are the risks? Any more questions? Any questions from the plenary for them?
My name is Rogers. I was asking, for example, I have a farm in Ahero, and I'm in Nairobi, and I want to know if everything is going on well.
Yes.
How will I get an alert when there's an intruder in my farm in Ahero and I'm in Nairobi?
Okay. Are you done?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a GSM in our system. So this GSM is able to send you an alert. Maybe let's say in case of an intruder in your farm. So the GSM will be able to send you a text alert that there is somebody somewhere, right? Yeah. And we also have a web whereby you are able to monitor everything taking place in your farm and all that. Yeah. You want to add something? Yes. Are you answered? Thank you. I think we are done.
Thank you very much. Give them a round of applause for the smart farm. We are going to have one more. And this will be from the Kisumu National Polytechnic. And that is the, it's called what? It's also about, again, a smart farm. So, and that group will be from Fred, or not Fred, Yvette. Yvette and Kevin. Please, are you ready? Please, make your presentation. Where's your companion? Or you present alone? Alone, eh?
Good evening. I'm Yvette Msimbi from the Kisumu National Polytechnic, and I have a project entitled Solar Powered Smart Irrigation System. With the rising demand of food shortage, we came up with this project to help solve that problem. Hence, we have supply of food. So in our project, we have inputs and outputs. We use like microcontrollers, and we have sensors that can sense humidity. They can also, we have touch sensors and we have light sensors. For the humidity sensors, we can program them in that when we have different type of crops, and the different type of crops require different amount of humidity. So we program our humidity sensor in that we can put the highest and the lowest level that it can read. Like for example, with our crop, we can put 5% moisture content in the soil. So when the moisture content reaches 5%, it sends signal to the microcontroller, and the pump is turned on, and it waters the farm. And we can also put our highest point in that when it reaches like 50%, it cuts off automatically. Hereby, we are going to control the moisture content, because like when we have shortage of water, the crop doesn't grow well, and also when we have water that is a lot, the crop also cannot do well. So that is our